All right, this is another one of those segments where I don't really know what I'm doing. Could be terrible. Last one turned out all right. We were talking about women having sex with women by accident.
Did that turn out all right?
Yeah, weirdly.
I mean, it got decent views, I suppose. So I had no idea what was going on. Or how
Yeah,
to
but other
respond.
people were just like, wait, that's happening? I was like, yeah, well, be careful, women. Women could be out there. Anyway.
Yep.
Instead, we're going to talk about AI nationalism because we did a segment about AI a little while ago. We were looking at some of the predictions that things were going to pop.
It's really warm in here, isn't it?
Unbelievably warm.
It's very sweaty in here. I wonder if it has anything to do with these gigantic screens behind us.
Yeah, it might. The Americans in the chat were like, I'm proud to be an American, or at least I have AC. There is AC in here.
Is there?
Yeah.
I thought there's
Can you not hear that buzzing?
I thought that was the screens.
No, that's the AC trying to live. Anyway, back to my point, which was something. What was it? Oh, yeah, music.
We've got no idea what we're doing.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyway,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
start
makes
off by promoting something.
Wait, go back.
Yeah, we'll promote thiswhatlotusis.com, which is another instance of me have no idea what I'm doing.
Are we going to do a part 2 to this? I've been pestering Callum for about a month now. I've got a list of 10 songs which you might enjoy. I still need to send it to you, but you might enjoy them. It's got Rammstein on it. It's got Sabaton on it. It's got songs that are about war, fighting people in battles.
For people who don't know, we did this podcast where Harry tried to explain Western music to me, and I tried to show him
I realized
propaganda music.
What I should do is just actually show him the music instead of
because
just
you told me
telling
about some neo-Nazi in Norway who was a...
Varg Vikernes.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a story in and of himself. But no, you just need to send me your list of 10 songs of propaganda music, and then we'll do this, all
To
right?
be fair, I was going to. I had made the list, and then they all got banned. Because a lot of them were Wagner songs.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, because I think I was trying to explain with that is like the aesthetic, and you need the ones with the translations added, otherwise it's a waste of time because you don't understand what they're saying. And then they all got banned one day. I was like, oh.
I guess you'll just have to come up with some of your own then. You'll have to do the
My own
translations yourself.
I'm singing it in English.
Anyway. You doing your karaoke, yeah.
Might go check that. Anyway, nationalist music, as I was trying to explain in this premium thing, and in general, is pretty good.
It can be.
His Indian. A lot of people recognize the channel name from when we did our thing, actually.
Oh, yeah.
You're not alone, fellow weirdos. I also, partake in watching endless propaganda music from God knows how many countries. This one's actually really cool. It's a Swedish nationalist song from the new era, so it's of the modern age.
All right.
This is something that I think has been massively neglected in English-speaking music. We don't seem to have any. It's completely barren. But in
These
Europe,
days, yes.
Yeah, but in Europe, they have some really good bangers, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if we
actually,
can.
I know I mentioned him in the last segment, but if you, Chris Gard, he's got a YouTube channel. And if you go on it, he's done some actually very good folk renditions of Old English poems. Like he's done one of Rudyard Kipling's White Man's Burden, which is actually quite inspiring to listen to. So I'd recommend you go check that out.
Well, we'll check that out. But this is just Sweden real quick. It's neat. Go and check it out. I don't know if this will get copyright struck because it is new age stuff. It's not like 100 years old, like the usual nationalist things. But it's good. And, well, besides the conversation about nationalist music, AI is also a thing, of course. And we've covered that.
It is.
And AI has discovered both of these things. And is now
nationalism and music.
Well, it started to figure out...
Oh, no, we're not back to SpongeBob, are we?
You may remember SpongeBob AI, which was...
How could you forget?
Certainly something. And I suppose I'm just going to remind people real quick what SpongeBob AI looks like, which is we covered the fake Seinfeld. Well, someone made a fake SpongeBob, and it's what you might expect.
It's coming. The fog is coming.
Is the audio playing?
Is that working? Is that not working?
Tony D. And
no, that's not what we want to play.
Tony D and Little Joan have stepped in. I don't know if we can go
Is
back.
he going to sing a song for us?
You're
there we
such
are.
a good friend.
I can't hear it.
I'm getting no audio through, John.
Hopefully the audience can hear it. We had that bug
A
yesterday.
few
Oh, sorry,
moments
Friday.
later.
Where
The
people can
fog
hear
is
it.
I
coming.
could hear it
The
earlier.
fog is coming. The fog
good
is
luck.
coming.
Good
The
luck
fog
to
is
everyone at
coming.
home.
The fog is
If you
coming.
can't hear anything, just imagine a jaunty nationalist tune.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the web stuff. So my point being there, just that the AI is strange, but it's also learning. Because as you can see here...
That sounds so sketchy. The AI is learning.
Yeah, it is learning. And for example, here, it learned to sing, I think this is Michael Jackson.
But the game is still right now.
I can hear that again, I can't hear it.
I hope it didn't learn to sing Johnny Rabbit.
I'm going to try to describe the thing.
It's learned to sing Confederate war songs, oh no!
See, you say that.
Oh no!
So point being that it's learned to sing some things. Some people having a bop there, of course. And, it's not just the occasional pop song. we go forward, some other people have been making AI covers, because that's just the AI learning itself. People, of course, been going out of their way with 11 Labs to make AI voices for things.
Yep.
And then been throwing them into songs. So there's the version of Billie Jean by Mr. Krabs AI cover there, which is
we can't play any of these even if the audio is working for obvious copyright reasons, but you can imagine.
If the things I do play just don't exist in the YouTube clip, that'll be why.
There you go.
We have Trump featuring Biden over here singing
Ends in Paris.
Homies in Paris. So
yeah.
Did they ever release a censored version of that? Because you know how Eminem would make a song, you'd have to release a censored version of it.
Yeah, sometimes they just do the annoying thing where they'll go in and edit the actual word out, so you just get a blank pause, which is always very disappointing.
But it turns out there's quite a few of these. I thought it might have been a niche subject or something. This has like 500,000 views or something. You can see 20,000 likes there. There's the Austrian painter, who decided to sing Gangnam Style as well. Which was,
did he do the dance too?
Well, not him, but Edward Richtofen from Call of Duty Zombies did do a little dance.
All right.
So there's that. He's not the only one. Freddie Mercury, I Will Always Love You, I found. With like 1 million views. This is actually surprisingly good.
I would imagine it would be.
Yeah, it's annoying that none of the tech works, because I'd love to actually... I'm just hoping the audience can hear that.
I can't hear that.
No, right.
Have you got anything in the chat? Does the chat say anything? Is the chat bopping along? Are we getting struck down copyright right now?
So,
all right.
Maybe that works.
I guess we've played enough.
I hope it was good. I don't know. I can't hear it. But my point being that, well, I'd love to do an impression now, but I can't do Freddie Mercury. But it's a very
Freddie
good
Mercury
impression.
is a very difficult one to do an impression
Exactly.
of.
Really hard for a human being. The AI got it. And they managed to do I Will Always Love You in Freddie Mercury's voice.
Well, I think one of the reasons was Freddie Mercury had extra teeth in his mouth, made his mouth a bit bigger, so it made it so that his voice reverberated in his mouth a bit differently than normal people's.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
He's a mutant.
A little bit. And he was from Zanzibar, so...
It's like the X-Men, except that's his talent.
His talent is a really great singing voice.
I can sing. Is that a mutant talent, really? Then again,
to some.
Have you watched a lot of... I don't know if you had. You know, I'm a bit obsessed with Carl Pilkington.
Oh, of course.
Probably told you. So I watched all of his radio shows at this point. I'm watching the early stuff where he's just in the background eating Jaffa
Callum's
cakes.
Carl's number one guy. He's a top guy.
Sincerely. Like, there's one, it's just hilarious. Like, there's one where he's eating Jaffa cakes, and then he just claims that Jaffa cakes cure cancer. And Ricky's like, what are you talking about? And he just goes, well, not fully.
No, okay, not fully. Okay, at least you've played that up.
If you've got cancer, you can't just eat a load and then it'll be gone. But it's good. Anyway, the world used to be better when you could actually make medical misinformation claims on live radio, and that was considered humor instead of...
Oh, and he wasn't... Like, I don't think that what was it, Radio X they were on?
Yeah.
I don't think Radio X were coming out and saying everything Carl Pilkington says is the utmost truth. The medical advice that we recommend.
The modern version of that is being on YouTube, of course, and we can't even make jokes about medical stuff because then you get strike. No one actually looks at your appeal, and you can suck a D. Whereas, back in the day, you could, write in the Daily Mirror that Hitler landed on the moon, and everyone would just move on with their lives.
There we go. Interesting.
Anyway, point being, not the only one. You can see Plankton here singing "Begging." I suppose I'll play some of this as well.
That's a good tune.
What's weird though is it's good. It's annoyingly good. That's my fear.
I mean, Plankton did have a satisfying deep baritone to his voice, so I can imagine it working.
Perhaps.
I'm begging you.
God, I hope they could hear that.
God, if you can't hear it, I don't know. Is it better that they can or
Should we do a Lotus karaoke sometime?
Oh, no.
I mean, we've got a massive screen now. We can have the words up there so everyone at home can sing along.
I can't think of anything worse.
I can.
Yeah, you probably can. Anyway, but Miss Plankton's neat and all. But Mr. Krabs has become the favourite. And I just want to show people this exists.
The Eugene show. It's working. It's working, John. Thank you. That's really impressive.
Yeah, you see?
Nobody listen to techno, now let's go.
You've got the intonation of his voice right. I'll tell you, Krabs can spit bars, man.
I'll go wait for the chorus. Because this one's great. This is the best.
So this one's not going on YouTube.
Controversy, I am the worst bees. I'm Elvis Presley to do black music selfishly and use it to get myself wealthy. Hey, this
even fits with the character.
When the yellow white rappers emerge, when no matter how many fish in the sea, it'll be so pinchy without me. Now this looks like a job for me.
God's sake.
See John dancing.
Yes.
Without me, I said this looks like a job
Yeah,
for
people
me.
in the chat are like,
Everybody just follow
It do be a banger though.
Controversy.
look, all I'm saying is there's a reason I made the segment, which I knew it might be crap, but at the same time, hey, pretty cool, right?
Pretty fun. We're in the new studio. We're experimenting. We're seeing what works.
New edgy contents.
Lotus Eaters After Dark.
Have you listened to random music videos? See, you laugh, but I mean, there is a lot of content on YouTube. Like, a friend of mine was showing me this guy, and literally all he does is react to memes. You want to
Yeah.
guess how many million followers he has?
40.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's like 5, but still.
If it's in the millions, like React content was huge on YouTube for a while, and that was literally some guy in the corner watching somebody else's content going "Ugh," like that.
Amazing
So-
what works.
and they got millions of views. People made a living doing that. So,
So share this video.
yeah.
Anyway.
Get your best React face on, Callum, just so that people can use it.
This is what I was excited about, though. This is what got me into it and why I have to show people.
Of course.
So, I'm not, no, I haven't joined the RA. Never met the RA.
Wait, one sec.
Quiet.
One sec. I just want to try
What
something.
are you trying to do?
What were the ones?
Don't look ahead.
No, I'm not looking ahead. I'm looking back now that we can. Can we?
You want to go back and play some of them?
I want to go back and hear Austrian Painter singing.
No,
Gangnam Style.
I'm not playing that one.
Oh,
What's weird as well about that one is in the middle, you know, I don't know what he's saying, obviously, but in the middle of Gangnam Style, he goes, Sana Hana here, like that bit. They
Yep.
just use Zeke Heil for the it fit, and it was like, okay.
It really is quite fun. This is what people choose to do with their time, because it's like when I see. Did you see that ridiculous edit of Marvel where it was like Infinity? Well, at the end of whatever it was, Endgame. Except it's also mixed with Breaking Bad, so it's Tuco crushing up the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, I've seen
And
it.
then using the Thor's hammer on. Who makes these? Who goes through all the time to make these things? Because this takes a lot of skill to be able to do.
You've got to
You
set
need-
and move the little arrows all around the body, every single frame. So
You've got to get the glow right, because that was one of the best edits
Yeah.
I've ever seen. Because you got the glow right, you got the lighting right for everything. There was no like green glow around where
No,
the
no,
edges
editing
had been
isn't
cut
on.
out. Yeah, it's ridiculously difficult, and you just do it so you can throw it up for free on YouTube and get meme points.
I mean, sincerely, I look at that stuff and I want to talk about it for a while. I genuinely think that is probably the best art of our time. And I'll fight anyone on that. I don't know who's making better stuff. Because you've got to think that the
Being a-
intricacies to make that work and to make it work perfectly as a meme format is so unique. As
Being
well.
a musician, I would obviously put music ahead of that, but certainly it's much better art than anything Marvel actually puts out these days.
Fair enough. You do play a mean guitar. But my point being,
Thank you.
and the reason I want to talk about this is because you can see here, Krusty Krabs just has a change of heart. He not only about money, but now about
His allegiance,
bringing down the crown.
his loyalties.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the Foggy Jew by Mr. Krabs.
I'm sorry, you just know that if Mr. Krabs were to actually do something like this, it would be purely so that he could get the crown and get the jewels in the crown for the money.
No. Anyway, let's check this out, I suppose.
Right told me. Mental. It's long enough to flag a war. Was better to die beneath the Irish sky than the super
I need a pint.
And from the plains of
What I'm saying is,
It does, honestly. Very impressive.
that's enough Fanian bollocks.
SpongeBob, me boy!
Now, for those of you in the audience who are not too best pleased about the RA, I'm with you, which is why, don't worry, we haven't No Pope of Rome by Squidward, a new and upcoming artist as well.
All right.
You ever heard No Pope of Rome?
No, I haven't actually.
It's a bit weird.
Oh, give me a home where there's no Pope over all, and there's nothing but Protestant state.
Tear to my eye.
Seldom is heard a discouraging
You need a tissue?
one, and flit bands walk
I need some
streets
fertilizer.
every day. Oh, no Pope over all.
Very based.
See, that's the thing. It's impressive that they managed to get all of the inflection of the words and all of the notes and everything right. It takes a lot of time. I mess about with recording software sometimes, and it's a pain in the ass.
Hmm.
Like just recording recording your own voice and making sure it's in time. Like I record demos for song ideas that I have, and as a guitarist, I have a terrible tendency to rush ahead of a click track. And that's just a pain in the ass in and of itself, is trying to get everything in time, because then you have to program drums if you're doing a demo. And that's just difficult just to do in and of itself. But this is just another level.
So I don't have a keyboard, because I've just thought of something as well.
All
I
right.
don't know if John can use the keyboard on that. Perhaps you can, perhaps you can't.
What do we want, John? Go on. John's
David
give the thumbs.
Attenborough 40K is what I would like to type in, because I'm actually going to
What?
share,
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
you've been
All right.
missing
All
it.
right, here we go.
because I know a lot of chaps love 40K as well. I've been listening to literally every video on this channel over here.
Wait, so
lore.
this is just an AI voice of David Attenborough giving 40K lore?
Yeah, it's just him in his voice describing, but someone has clearly taken like the I don't know, books or something and just put the text in. But it works as well.
Okay.
The Geistos cataclysm was a devastating conflict brought about by a major incursion of demonic forces upon the imperial agri-world of Geistos.
Anyway, I've been falling asleep to that every single night for the last 2 weeks. So I've seen this episode like 4 times.
I mean, it sounds peaceful.
Yeah.
Even if it is describing, gigantic cataclysmic wars.
But if you like 40K, and I know a lot of the audience do go check that out. That was actually a really sweet one as well, because you don't know much about 40K lore, do you?
People have at various points tried to explain it to me, and it's
be super quick just about this one, because about the interest. It's about a boy who starts hearing voices, which is a symptom of you being infected by chaos on this agri-world in the middle of nowhere. And of course, he doesn't report it because he doesn't want to get taken away by the authorities. So one day he ends up exploding, and the demons of the warp come through him.
Oh, all right.
And within a month, the entire planet is destroyed. But go and check that out. Anyway.
And Callum uses that to fall asleep to.
But back to the nationalist music stuff, because I happen to notice...
Oh, yeah, this had something about nationalism.
Something about politics, or I don't know. Where do I work? But you can see here, this is the German polling. And the reason I brought up the German polling is because the AfD is now the second biggest party in all of Germany.
I've been hearing about this recently. I think they won their first seat in parliament recently, didn't they?
They won the first district.
The first district, yes.
So you can see that there. But if we go to the polling, you can see, this blip over here, that's the election. This is where they're at now. And I am very much hyped for the next election.
Callum, you saw that this happened, and you thought, I want to make a segment out of this, but there's no way I can stretch this to 20 minutes. And then you went, what else can I fill this time with?
I had to film outros before I went to lunch. So
okay, all right.
Anyway, but no, I actually do have a point here, which is not just AfD do a thing, but AfD quite cool as well as being up in polls. Because you may remember Pride Month.
Oh, yes, when all of the Germans were like, yes, I have a flag I'm very proud of.
You may have noticed this was them as well. They enjoy a hell of a good meme. Now, Austrian painter, obviously not.
Haven't you also put the United flag behind your profile on Twitter?
Aye.
There you go. That's the sort of thing we like to be proud of around these parts.
Everyone should join. And just real quickly, for people who don't know what the AfD are, you can see here France 24 calling them the far-right party.
It's an alternative for Deutschland, isn't it?
But what do they do that's far-right? They literally describe themselves as an anti-immigration party. Oh, no. That'll be the worst thing that could happen
do you
to
know
Germany.
who else was anti-immigration?
Not Hitler.
Also, lots of other people who weren't Hitler.
No, his main policy was mass migration. He wanted all the Germans to return to Germany. So that doesn't even matter.
Listen, Lebensraum may be its own thing.
Anyway, but point being, if anyone from the AfD is listening, or just any of you German pride chaps, well, I know you like a good meme. AI music, especially AI nationalist music, is now possible. You don't even have to do a song yourself. You just type it all in, add the instrumental version in the background, and you've got yourself some nationalist music. Now, if you want to be endorsed by Mr. Krabs for the upcoming election, members of the AfD, I'm just saying it's there. And I look forward to a Mr. Krabs Panzerlied as soon as you can make one. If you appreciated that segment from the podcast The Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content that's on the site, such as the Contemplation series, this episode on Victorian values, arts, and sciences. If you'd like to find out what else is being put out, you can follow on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.